I was having some computer issues, so when you finally open up your computer and you join me, come in, say hi, and let me know everything is okay. Because I just couldn't, I don't know what's going on. So let's wait a few minutes and yeah, we'll see if I have everything set up right. Anybody out there? All right, let's see. It's early yet. Let's just wait a few minutes. Guess what we're going to be using today? Which board are we using? Where is everybody? We're using the crossboard. Overlay, I don't know. I don't know what this means here. Nope, you don't want that. Okay. Well, I'm going to get started, and I hope that some people will join me soon. All right, so I am Sharon with Sharon's Door Decor. Today we are going to be making a topiary cross wreath, and I wanted to start kind of backwards today. I wanted to show you a finished one first. So that's what I'm going to do. I really wish I knew that you guys could see me and hear me and I had everything right, because it just conked down on me before. So anyway, we're going to be using the crossboard. And I want to show you one that I finished already. And this is already done, and it's made with boxwood greenery. So if you could see that, this is finished and can be used as a grave blanket because it is very weather resistant. It is made on the plastic wreath board, and the flowers are a plastic material that like a waxy greenery. So this is perfect to use outside, no problem. And I want to show you some options. So now that we have the greenery base, what we can add is our sign, a sign if you wanted to. So this is the He is Risen sign. You can put that on it and then hang that on your front door. Use like cable mounts for the back, and then just go through the holes in the back of the board and just place that on. Then what we could do is add in some flowers. I like, I think Easter lilies would be very pretty, but I have white magnolias that you can just add in wherever you wanted, like that. Okay, so that could be like one option, and adding flowers, just however you liked. I'm just going to place them on just to show you like that you can add flowers. So then we can take them off. We could also use purple flowers if you wanted to go for that look, a more seasonal look. So then we can take our sign off, and what we're going to also, an option would be to drape a cloth over it. So what we have is a purple cloth that would be nice to use during Lent. What we would do is drape it like so. You have to play around with how you like it. If this is the color that you wanted to keep on, I would zip tie it to the back. But we would use our purple for Lent, during Lent. And then for Easter, you would change it to the white. And then you can drape that over. So that would be the white. And that's just another option. So that's why I'm going a little bit backwards today. I wanted to show you some options on a finished base first. And now I'm going to show you how I make a base. All right, so this again is the boxwood greenery that I used. But in our tutorial, we are going to be using eucalyptus greenery. So give me a second and I will bring us down to the board. All right, let me just see about this real quick. Nope. Okay. Let's move this down a little bit so we're closer to the board. There we go. All right, so this is the top of the board. And what we're going to do is I'm going to, the very first thing is I'm going to put in my little hanger because I always seem to forget to do that. Okay, and that's how we're going to be hanging our wreath. Okay, so we got that in. And now we're going to start adding our eucalyptus. And we're not even going to clip it apart because we don't need to. So we are going to place this on the bottom like so. You look at the best part, how it looks nice. And you want to cover the bottom section. So I would say row 9 is where we're going to put our first zip tie. And we're going to get the whole group in there. Come from the start from the top, go through and come back out. And then we're going to zip tie everything in. I gotta get my little clippers because I can't pull it. There we go. Pull it tight. Just make sure it's all in there good. Okay, and we'll clip that off. If we need to secure anything closer to the board, we can do that after. Okay, now we're going to take another bunch. I'm using, so far, the other one I used 7 to 8 bunches is how many I ended up using. All right, so we're going to kind of place that on top of that to see where it fills in. So that would mean row 6 is where we're going to be zip tying everything in. So we're going to take our zip tie, and that way we'll get the stem of the other one in there too to secure that. Okay. Okay. Now we're going to go to this side and we're going to take our bunch and we're going to see the best way, kind of push it down a little bit. And then we're going to be zip tying it in the middle here. There's a section of 4, like a little square, and we're going to be putting that right in there. We put it up a little bit more. Okay. All right. Make sure that we're covering the edge of the board. Get that nice and tight in there. And we'll clip that off. Okay, now we're going to go to this side. And we're going to do the same thing. We'll kind of put our stem underneath a little bit. Make sure that's all lined up. That same section that we had the little square in the middle is where we're going to go to the other side of it. If you could see that little square in the middle. So it's like 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to go to this side now and put a zip tie. Okay. Now I'm going to make sure again that we've got everything covered. And if everything is kind of spread out, we can do more zip ties later over there. Okay. Because that kind of looks a little bushier, so we might want to push that down a little bit. All right. We'll just clip that off. Now we're going to go to the top. All right, so we are on, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is our 5th one. I think we're going to try and push our stems underneath just to get that out of the way a little bit. Push that up. You can clip all your branches off if you wanted to, but I think this is just easier to do. So we're going to push it down. All right. Now I'm going to go over the top. It's fine. All right. And we are going to go on row 4. In the middle, we're going to use those 2 holes right here, and we're going to put our zip tie. I'm going to show you. I'm just going to put that in first. Okay. Watch our little hanger here. And we'll go over the top, and then we're going to zip tie everything in. Okay, so we're looking pretty bushy so far. Pretty full. Pretty full. We're getting there. I don't know what happened that I don't see anybody's comments or chats, but I hope you're all enjoying what I'm making so far. I've seen the cross wreath made several ways with the mesh, but I wanted to be able to, I don't know, I like the topiary version because it can be used outside, and I think that's nice. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 so far. So now we're going to go to number 6. And I think what we're going to do is now we're going to start clipping some of this pieces off so we could see how we're doing this. I think I'm going to clip off like 3 stems, because now it's going to get a little bit bulkier in the middle. So we don't really want to have all our stems sticking up there. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to row D. We'll kind of put our stems underneath, and we'll put our, so I'm going to show you. It is row right here next to the middle square, this pair of holes. That's where we're going to be putting our zip tie in. We'll put our zip tie in here, and we'll come back up. Okay, then hope you can all see this. It's hard to see with all this greenery. We've got 3. Where's our 3 stems? We've got our 3 stems here, and we're going to be like kind of tucking them under those other ones so they're not, you know, so they have somewhere to be. We'll also take this big stem and put that in there, so that'll get zip tied in. Okay, kind of place, move that on the side, kind of place it in so you can, you know, you're covering your board. That's basically what we're doing right now, is we're making sure we get all the board covered. And I have my zip tie in wrong, so let's fix that. Okay. Come on, you can get that one in there so I can get that down a little bit. Okay, so we got our zip tie in. We've got our 3 pieces. We've got our other stem kind of there. So we want to kind of get all that in there. And we're going to really make that tight. Okay. Now this is the harder part because you're working with all this greenery. You want to make sure that you're covering the board. You're making sure that you could see the cross. All right. So now we've got our other stems that we want to put in there. We're going to clip them off. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. I got this greenery at Walmart. In case anybody wanted to know. And they come in these kind of bunches. And so far I've used them on number 6. So we're going to go to the holes right next to, still on row D, but we're going to take these holes over here. You can see that, these holes over here. And we're going to get our zip tie in. Okay. And we're going to add our greenery, our branches. So we've got like 1, 2, let's see how this is going to look. Let's add, we got all of them. We're going to add this one kind of a little bit this direction. And then you just got to zip tie it. You got to kind of go around all of your greenery and make sure that everything gets closed in. Use our clippers. Okay. All right. Okay, now we've got a little bit of a hole here. We're still, you know, filling in. That's what we're doing. So basically, let's see. Move it away. There we go. We've got this one. Now you also have some zip ties already there that you can work your pieces into. You might not need more zip ties. I'm going to take another one. We're on number 7. And I'm going to start clipping them off because I don't know where I'm going to need to fill in. I might need another zip tie. I might just be able to use the zip ties that are there. Okay. So let's get all our pieces. All right. Now we're going to start working them in. We're going to use that zip tie that we have here. And we're going to go in the other direction with our eucalyptus. So start just filling in. All right, it's getting a lot fuller. All right. I think I could fit another one in there. I might turn it that way. All right, let's see. All right, if you have to trim anything, because this piece is a little long, you might want to trim that a little bit. You want to make sure that they're even on both sides. All right, let's see what we got so far. This is what it's looking like so far. We're going to move our flowers out of the way. But we still need to fill in a little bit more here. So, and let's Okay. So we're going to take some of our pieces, and we can even use, let's see, do we have, oh, we have one here. So that might be good to go in the opposite direction. Put that into that hole in there. That's starting to fill that middle a little bit better. All right, I think that's actually pretty good. Let's see, how does that look from each side? This one is sticking up. I don't know why. We're going to trim that a little bit. And you can always add it in, you know, underneath. Here we go. Get that into that zip tie. All right, oh, you have like a little space here. You have some extras. That's where you start to fill in after. So I'll use that zip tie. All right. And then you want to just move them around a little bit. All right. So that's our eucalyptus base, just like that. And this, again, can just be put outside for a grape blanket. So this is the other option, is instead of boxwood greenery, you can use eucalyptus greenery. So now I want to use the, I'm going to use the purple cloth. That's what I want to use because that's what you would be putting on now. And I will zip tie it in. So what I'm going to do, I'm turn it around so I can see it. And this measured about, I cut a piece that was 35. Okay, 35. It is 45 inches long, this piece, and it is about almost 6 inches wide. You can make it however, you know, if you wanted to drape a little bit longer, but that works for me. And then move everything away. This part you just have to play around with how you want it to lay. Okay, you want to make sure that each side lays right. All right. So that's what we have our cloth on here. I'll turn it around so you can see it. I think I want to put a zip tie on some of these branches here. I'm going to go in to because they're kind of sticking up a little bit. So I'm going to go into the board a little bit. I'll show you from the back. Just want to keep the branches down a little bit. Yeah, I gotta find my zip tie. There it is. All right. And that'll get the leaves a little bit closer to the board. You just got to see where you're closing everything up when you get into your zip tie. You might want this one to come out a little bit. All right. All right. I'm gonna unclip that, and I'll show you why I did that. I was just getting the branches a little bit closer to the board. Okay, that works. And we've got our cloth hanging. All right, now we're going to add some flowers. And like I said, I'm going to use the white magnolias. Easter lilies would be probably a better option, but that's okay. Whatever flowers you want to put in your cross wreath is up to you. So again, we can use the little zip ties that were there to add our flowers into. I think I'm choosing not to zip tie it in, only because if we want to change it later on, then we'd have to take the zip ties out. So I'm going to find another zip tie where I can put my flower into, stem into. We don't even need more zip ties. And we're going to add a couple down below. And then I'm going to trim the bottom stem a little bit. And I'm just going to, like I said, look for a place to put my stem. Okay. All right. There we go. Now you could add as many flowers as you want. Just going to move your greenery around so you can see where the... There we go. All right. So now you could add a bow. You could add, if you wanted to, I just don't think a bow would be necessary. I think that makes it more festive, and we just want it, you know, a nice Easter decoration, more subdued decoration. And then you could play around with how you want your cloth to lay. So that would be the topiary cross wreath. I don't know if you could see that. I'm going to move it back. I think I'm going to move the camera up so you can see it. Hold on a second. Okay. There we go. So there is our cross wreath. Wonder where you, let's try that again. We'll try moving it a little bit up more. There we go. Okay. So there is our cross wreath. And like I said, there are options to what you can do. You can change out your purple cloth to your white cloth for Easter. You can add more flowers. If you want to use purple flowers, that's good too. And there it is. So there you have it. Boxwood greenery, eucalyptus greenery, whichever one you want to use, and then you can keep your wreath outside. So thanks for joining me. I don't know why there wasn't any chat, so I really feel like I talked to myself the whole time. But I am Sharon Storage Decor, and this is the Unique in the Creek cross board. And thanks so much for having me today. I'll be posting the picture of the wreath on the page soon. Thanks again. Bye.